we're sitting here with Beyonka Smalls. Is that your real last name?
I plead the fifth.
Oh.
No, it's not my real last name, but I just never thought it would come up this soon. But you guys know because you guys know me personally. So.
Zach Dingy,
Tony Capoletti.
Two Dudes, Three Legs podcast, where we share business tips, interview experts, and travel the world.
This week on Two Dudes, Three Legs.
But the people need to know.
I got a great question for you to start. Our first real question. You ready? You are extremely flashy and extravagant on TikTok, Instagram, and I love it. That's your personality, right?
Right.
What is the most expensive thing you have in your closet?
Easy. I don't own many expensive things at all. I own a Louis Vuitton Never Full, and I bought it when I was 16 with all my money from acting. Like I had a mental breakdown. I almost was like, I'm gonna quit. I need something to show for the work I've put in, and I bought myself a Never Full like as an investment because like it's never gonna go out of style. But the real tea is that everything I wear is literally Shein. Like it's like this was like $4. It was like $6. The shoes were like $20.
I'll tell you, I went to Target today.
She's plugging right
and
now.
I bought an $8 shirt, and it is the best shirt I've ever worn in my life. And then I bought 7 of them.
That's all you need.
While we're celebrating, I've been wearing these pants for 3 days.
Yo, but the cheap shit is the best. Cheap shit's the best. All the expensive clothes are overrated.
I hate expensive clothes.
100%. And like polyester is actually like a softer material. People think like cotton, but it's scratchy, super scratchy.
Yeah.
So you were a model. An actress when you were very young. You just said at 14
How
or
do you
16?
get into
Before
that?
that, okay, so it's like a really far back. It's from like I was a baby. So I started acting when I was 3 months old, or really modeling because I couldn't really talk. But 3 months old.
Mama said, "Let's get a check, baby."
They said, you're gonna work for these Pampers. So that's what I did. They started a running tab, and my sister was on TV for like 8 years on As the World Turns. She was like Hope Dixon. She played one of the daughters. So she was like getting autographs signed when she was like 4. And so when I was born, they were just like, oh, we'll take her too. And then I just piggybacked on my sister's success, kind of like the Kardashians. And and then I just kept going with it. But I actually took a big break when I was 7, which is so funny. I retired at 7.
I'm dead.
Yeah, because I guess a little bit before 7, we had a photo shoot for Toys R Us. It was me and my sister's first shoot, and it was on September 11th. And we were actually supposed to be in the Twin Towers at 8 o'clock that morning for a photo shoot. And like last minute, our agent called us that night and was like, hey, they changed the call time to 2. So we're getting ready, and my dad's like getting us ready to go down for our photo shoot. And they're like, oh, plane just hit the Twin Towers. So yeah, we would have all been dead. And it was the first time ever and the last time ever that our agent has ever changed a call time. So crazy. And then my parents pulled us out of acting and were like, this is a sign. And I was like,
That's crazy. That was when you were 7?
Well, I was younger than that, but they let me continue acting for a little bit. So we lived in Yonkers originally. And then they were like, we got to get out of the city. Like, it's not safe. They left the city. And then I continued. We finished the shoot. We shot I don't know where we shot it, Mom, but we shot the Toys R Us shoot eventually. Did a few more things. And they were like, you know what? We're just not going to bring you guys back and forth. Like, it's just like there was that like threat of terror still going on. So they were just like, we're not putting you in that position.
What is being an actress like at 7, 4, 3, like the youngest you could possibly be?
It's really fun. I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's mostly playing like, the people on set. You have like kid wranglers. So they're there to like basically play with you and like just entertain you all day. And I loved being on camera really young. I always had like a performer's personality. So it was easy for me. But like my sister who was on TV, she hated it. Like she was supposed to be on a Pepsi commercial with Mariah Carey and was like, nah, I'm not going to go. And just like didn't go. So it just depends on the kid, I know.
Name drop Mariah Carey and then didn't go?
And then didn't go. And she was supposed to be like the little, because she's also Mariah. She was like the little Mariah Carey and the big Mariah Carey. And it was paying, Mom, what, like over $100,000? Would have paid her college. She's dumb. But yeah, I would have done it. I was too young.
I'm baffled. What the fuck?
I want to know how the money works. You're 7 years old. Let's say you got a big check for $10,000 shooting a commercial. Where's that money go? No one's giving a 7-year-old $10,000.
So you have to have a Coogan account, which is basically a Coogan. It's from like an actor back in the day, something Coogan. And his parents stole all his money. Like he got like, I forget what, maybe it was Home Alone. Is he in Home Alone? I don't know who he is, but they stole all his money. And when he got older, he was broke.
Took his money.
The parents took his money, spent it all. So they have like a Coogan account now, and basically your parents can't touch any of your money. You can't touch your money till you're 18.
Probably
And then
18,
I
yeah.
turned 18 and blew through the money
You blew through all your acting money when
on
you were
my
younger?
ex-boyfriend.
Oh God.
Tell us about that. What do you mean blew it on what?
How much money did I make?
Yeah,
From
what
all
was
those
in that
years?
account? Let's talk about the numbers.
It wasn't that much money.
What's that much money?
My mom and dad also said that they spent money on toys. You can take like 20%. So I guess we paid for our own Christmases. So when I got into the
Genius.
money, maybe 20,000, like if that, it was like a little bit under that, but enough for me to blow through, I guess.
To have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I bought a hot tub. I bought my Louis Vuitton bag. I bought my boyfriend like Yeezy Cleats ex-boyfriend.
Sounds like all you could afford with $20,000.
Literally, that was my budget.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then I, funded my life. I like partied in college with it, and then
With $20,000?
yeah.
What kind of hot tub did you get?
It was an inflatable hot
Yeah,
tub. A
exactly. I
girl
was gonna
wasn't.
say.
Yeah, we wasn't making big money moves like that.
That's funny.
Wanted it to stretch.
But then
so.
your career's still going at 18.
Yeah,
How old are you now?
guess.
21, 23. Oh, you got to be 25 now.
I'm Joey's age. I'm 24.
25.
Yeah, I'm 24.
All the ones around 20, 24. You
Everything
just
with
guessed.
the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, 98, the best year.
That's the year I'm born too. What year did you graduate?
2016.
All right, I was 17, so I was just older then for my age group. Anyway, you're an actor, so you get 20 grand at 18. You spend it all. You blow
Yeah.
it. Did you go to college for acting too?
No.
Or no? What'd you go to
No.
college for?
I went to college I went pre-med. And then I changed to journalism, and then now I'm finishing up with marketing and advertising.
Oh, and you're still in school now.
Yeah, I've just been stretching it out because it's like with acting, I ended up doing like this ABC Discover showcase where they pick like 14 out of like 100,000 people. And I was the first 18-year-old, so I had to take a big break. I lost my scholarship, couldn't go to school. So I'm back in school now.
So you started acting when you were young. When did you start modeling?
Same age, 3 months old. And then
wow.
I don't model anymore really because I'm only 4'11". So they're like, yeah, we don't want you.
Which are the two paths you prefer?
Acting 100%. Models are boring. Like, no offense to the models out there, but like, that's
No
all they
offense, but
do.
You're fucking boring.
They're just a little like boring because all you have to do is like kind of look dead. Like, it's just not a
That is
vibe.
weird. Why is it like that? Why do models have to look so unimpressed by everything?
I think it's just
Is
because
that cool?
the clothes, like to pay attention to the clothes. If you're like, but your outfit's fire,
Oh, okay. I got you.
or to look cool, you might be right.
Yeah.
What's the stigma around being young in modeling? Like at that age, was there any crazy stories trying
Yeah,
to deal
give us
with
a horror story.
with, like, trying to deal with the big names or something like that, or creepy?
Any weirdos?
Yeah.
I don't have any creepy stories to tell of my own. My sister has some people like kidnapping her, taking her on an elevator, like whisking her away. Yeah,
Yeah, let's get the details on
yeah.
that.
So my sister, she was at like a autograph signing because she was like a famous child star, and they had like soap opera fans are crazy, like they're swarming the stage and stuff. And I guess my parents like went to take her on an elevator just to like go downstairs, and like a fan like ran up to her and like grabbed her and then got on the elevator and like left. So security had to come, and it turns out that the woman actually had like something wrong with her, like some sort of like mental health issue. So my parents were just like, put her down please, and just like give her back to us. But
Put her down. How old was she?
I mean, she was like 4. I mean, she was old enough to walk, but old enough to get
Wow.
picked up. I mean, she
That's some shit.
yeah,
4?
yeah. So she was very young.
Oh my God. If somebody touches my daughter without permission, they're getting murdered.
I mean, it's the only answer.
That's what happens, I guess, when you're famous, dude. That's all the
Yeah.
weird stuff.
That's
like,
crazy. Also, Gigi could be working already.
yeah,
She's
facts.
6 weeks old.
Oh, yes, put her to work. They love the little babies because like you can do newborn scenes, and who's gonna give you their 6-week-old baby? You.
If she's getting checks, I'll put it in a universal life insurance policy.
Well, no, you can't touch me apparently until you're 18, so you're
Settle
shit out of
club.
luck.
Her money?
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Yeah, you
Well, I
can't.
could take 20% of it.
You can.
And put it,
20%.
invest it for her already?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Would you actually do that or no?
Absolutely. I'm going to get her an IUL anyway.
No, not the IU. I don't give a fuck about you. The IUL. Talking about putting your newborn child
Oh, I got to talk to
other
mama.
people.
I got to talk
and
to
letting-
mommy about
Okay.
it. But it's not, I'm sure I'm not going to hand her off for the
No,
day.
you do.
What?
You do. Yeah. When
Nah, I'm
you're
not doing it then.
you hand off your babies, and they take them in like a room in the back. You can't see
Yeah,
anything.
no shot in
Yeah,
hell.
yeah.
No way. I couldn't do it. I just can't.
Would you let your daughter model at a young age, or do you want to have your
I
daughter be a model?
would let them make the choice, because from what I've learned, it's like I don't want to put her in a position where she's constantly like, criticizing herself, because that's the biggest thing that comes with it. Like from a young age, you're being judged on your weight. Like we used to have to weigh in when I was like 4, 5, 6. If you're a pound too heavy, you get sent home. If you're a pound too light, you get sent home.
How did that affect you?
Personally, I don't think it necessarily bothered me so much. I'm a small person, like, so I kind of always fit, but I do know my like sister struggled a lot with it. I mean, she wasn't bigger, but she just like didn't like being judged. And for me, I was like, this is what I have to do to make it. I'm gonna do it. If you tell me to lose a pound, I'm gonna lose a pound. But mind you, I'm 7 or 6, and it's like you shouldn't be.
Imagine telling a 7-year-old to lose a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's helped you now on TikTok, social media? Because there's so much hate on social media, it's not even funny.
I think I have tough skin, but I will say, like, I'm very confrontational, if you will. I'm a Scorpio, so
Oh, God.
if I
Careful.
start throwing out my astrology, you know what it is already. But yeah, so I'm very confrontational, and I get very upset. I'm like, how dare they say this about me? Specifically because they don't know you. I mean, acting, it's like you didn't meet a requirement. Okay. Or like, but for this, it's like you don't like me as a person. That hurts a little bit more.
Call him out. You're thinking of someone specifically right now.
Oh, I don't have anyone specific. Well, there was this one girl.
See? I told you. She's thinking about that bitch right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about her. What'd she say?
It's a lot about me not being black. Like, that's the main thing that I get annoyed about. So I'm mixed. I'm black and white, and
Wait. What kind of racism is that? They're
That's some
mad
shit.
that you're not black?
they're saying that I shouldn't claim I'm black because I'm not black enough. But you guys see my mom standing right there. She's black.
What?
Yo, didn't someone tell you cut your leg off for clout or something?
What?
No, they said that to
Footless Joe on our post though.
No, we talked about it on our post. But
Someone said like, what the
But wait a second.
People would probably do that, though.
What is wrong with not being black enough? What is that argument even? What does that mean?
It's like a weird phenomenon with mixed children. And this is like why I talk about it all the time, is like, you're not fully accepted because, okay, for the black community, they're like, you can't make certain jokes because you're not black enough, or you can't say that you have struggled because you're not black enough, or you can't say you were judged by the color of your skin because you're not black enough, or you can't have box braids in your hair because you're not black enough. Like, they literally feel like those parts of their culture, and like you're not
Somebody's got to tell Joey because he walks around with fucking braids all the goddamn time.
I've seen it too, but he's got like that swag. He's got that vibe where you could like, they're like, okay, little white boy, see, like, you know what I mean? That's not what they do.
Though. Like, to me, that's just racism.
It's 100% racist, and it's honestly, and this is going to be a controversial opinion.
Let's hear it.
It's mostly from the black community. Like the white side of my family, the white community is not ever like necessarily said anything like, oh, you're not white enough. Like, who's saying that really? But the black community is always up in arms with me. And I'm just like, if we're supposed to be supporting one another and we're supposed to all come together, like, that's what we're all trying to push for. Why would you not accept me when I'm literally like, my mother is black. I can't get any blacker. I came out of a black vagina. Can I say that on here? Like,
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
like, what do we want me to do?
Is that the biggest hate you get about
That's the
that?
biggest hate.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be living in like the most accepting time in the world.
You would think, right?
People are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
mad dumb.
They they literally like made accounts to like attack my mom, attack my family, like crazy. Like they were like, I'm gonna go to TMZ and say you're blackfishing, and I was like, what is blackfishing? Like, it's catfishing that you're black. But I was
Is
like,
that what that is?
yeah, blackfishing is a real thing.
Blackfish. That's a thing.
You learn. The more you know, TikTok will definitely expose you to
That's
it.
some shit.
Yeah.
That is some
Yo, this
shit.
world is so
All right,
insane. People need some fucking hobbies or something.
They do.
Okay, so you on TikTok, I know you have a boyfriend of years. How is it guys DMing you on Instagram, TikTok? Is it crazy nonstop all
let's
the
hear some
time?
of that.
It's not as crazy. Like, people think that, oh, like, you must have so many guys in your DMs. No. Have you seen the content I make? Like, I covered myself in shaving cream and sat on the toilet pretending I was
that
literally
one
like.
was fucking
like-
wild.
You think men really like that? Probably not. But I mean, now that I'm kind of growing more on Instagram, I do have a lot of guys who like can I take you out? Can I take you on a yacht? A lot of like athletes, famous people, like stuff like that. That's the hard part for my boyfriend because he's more money. He's like got clout, and I'm just like, I've been there, dated pro athletes, done that. They're all.
Who's your
trash.
boyfriend? I'm not familiar.
My boyfriend, his name is Scott. He actually owns a basketball company, like a big viral basketball company.
He's got for a white man, that boy could jump, bro.
Wait, for
That
real?
boy
Yeah,
can
he was on the
jump.
Harlem Wizards, and he was a pro dunker, and then he
What?
and then he worked for Ball His Life.
Where the fuck is he
I
at
played
today?
basketball with him a bunch of times.
You guys should
He's
really
nice.
get him on here when he comes because
I'm down.
he's a real entrepreneur. Like
Oh, for sure then.
businessman.
We'll have to get him on. We'll
Yeah.
set it up after this.
Yeah, you should.
So he's probably constantly, well, maybe not worried. I'm sure he's got confidence in your relationship, but he's probably annoyed at the. Oh yeah.
He's very opposite of me. I'm very extroverted. He's very introverted. So he has his little insecurities, but everyone does. And being that I'm super overly friendly too, it's like,
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm very extroverted. He's introverted. He gets super jealous sometimes.
oh,
It's okay, Dad.
is this a thing?
Oh, it's been a thing.
2 dudes, 3 legs.
Yeah.
That's what it means. That makes sense now. That makes so much sense.
So,
God.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I would feel the same way though as a boyfriend. Like even though you obviously don't do anything, I understand why he's upset, or not upset, but why he does get upset about certain things. It makes sense,
But it's only gonna get worse.
You got,
But you don't feel like you'd ever give into that temptation, right? Like, let's say some big time baller hits you up. LeBron James is like, "Yo, Jody, come out, check my place out, my receding hairline."
Not LeBron James. I don't want to do the athlete thing. First of all, let me back up because my boyfriend will watch this. I'm not going to waver. And then believe me, people have offered me. I also work at a club right now that has like lots of famous DJs and rappers and things
Where
like that.
is this?
In Tampa. It's called Water, but Hulk Hogan used to own it. And so I do social media there and it's nonstop. Like people, like literally a man offered me $100,000 just to go out to dinner.
Did you talk it over with your boyfriend?
No, because he would have said no.
100K, bro. That's a bad business move. You could have negotiated 50% of that.
What would you have done? You would
Listen,
have
bro,
let
50% of that.
you would let Michaela do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting in the same exact. I'm gonna be like this on the other side of the restaurant. When's this guy paying? I gotta get home.
What would you?
$100,000?
No,
No.
$100,000 for dinner.
No,
What?
I don't know, bro.
How
I
much
wouldn't.
money do you make
I made $100,000 last month.
in a month? First of all, that was for a full quarter, 3 months of work.
I made a
I'm talking about
$113,000 check in 1 month.
night of sitting across from this fat rich idiot.
The crazy thing,
probably.
he wasn't even fat. He was young. He was like in his 30s, mad cool. He owns all the
Yo,
cannabis
what?
companies like in the
Well,
southern
hold up.
Florida.
For men,
I would've
For men,
smooched him.
stop. For men, it's the visual of like, okay, your girlfriend doesn't want you looking at other women and trying to fuck other women, because that's how men are. We want to fuck. Women want to talk to guys. When a girl gives a guy attention, that pisses me off more. I was like, I would rather her just fuck him.
I've heard that too.
What?
I know that was extreme. That last part was extreme. The last
right.
part was extreme.
Yo,
But you get my
Poop,
point.
Can I fuck your girl for 100K? What are you saying?
I would be,
Someone write the check.
I
right
would
now.
be just as upset if she's giving a guy attention, because that's what he wants.
Not if we're playing the game together. That's why I said negotiate 50-50 deal. Go give this guy
make more
his
money.
little ego
Listen,
boost.
if
Make
he-
more money. No
if
one's
you're
making
talking- if you're
$100,000
talking-
in 2 hours. Who's
If
doing
you're
that?
talking 5 million, if you're talking $1 million, that's a different story.
Yeah, okay.
100K? I don't know.
100K is not that much, to be honest. But we could have reinvested it. It's true.
I didn't know it wasn't
Like
that much.
for me to like put my relationship on the line of like several years. You know what I mean? Like it would be a little bit more money that I have to like
But then it
blink
also
at.
shows, then it also shows that the woman can be bought with money. So what happens when it's 200K? When
No,
it's
no, no,
300K? When it's 400K? Does it not?
It's a negotiation.
No, that shows
Between me?
that shows
There's a price.
that shows that there's a
Like
price
how?
for your woman, and eventually you're gonna lose her because somebody's gonna write a big enough check. Does it not?
No, I disagree with you.
I
I kind
I
of
think
agree. It
that's
depends
fair.
on the person.
We're
100%.
talking about sitting and having dinner. There's some weird people, and
How does
Yeah.
I've seen it in the city
first time you
before
met your girlfriend,
where
what'd you
men-
do? Sit and have dinner. Now you got a baby with her.
for free?
He said dinner
Oh,
to baby. That's what it
free.
takes.
I didn't write her a check ever.
No, but you pay for the apartment. You pay for everything. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, because I love her.
Okay. So
Aw, so cute.
Anyway, I disagree with you guys. Michaela, if anyone ever offers you $100,000,
You agree,
call
right?
me.
I will send the guy to her way.
fair.
I agree with you because
As long as it's
yeah,
dinner and we out.
it was dinner and a club, like go out to the club. But he also said my boyfriend could come. To be honest, like
Damn.
because here's the thing: what happens when people have a lot of money and they get drunk? And he had no, like, he was there by himself. Like he had no friends, so he just really wanted company.
That's
How
what I'm saying.
sad is that?
That's it.
So, really sad.
Exactly.
He was
and I knew
cool.
that because I've seen it before in Manhattan. When I used to live down there and hang out there a lot, there was guys who would pay for dates. They
Yeah.
didn't ask for sex. They didn't want sex.
Just talk.
All they wanted was company. They just want to be next to a pretty girl.
Yeah, 100%.
Where's the harm?
And I was like, if I knew this when I was single, the bags I would have made. Like, come on. Because when you're single, you have nothing. You know,
Mommy does not approve of that shit.
first of all, mom,
The bags you would have made. You would have been in bags.
when I was talking
Chopped
to
up
said pro
in the
athlete
Hudson.
who was like, give me a ticket to the game.
Okay, she admits it.
Then she wanted
Right.
that one.
Right. Like a game
Mommy's
ticket,
holding the camera. You know
$100,000.
we're filming this, right? We could just send
Yes,
it to
tell
you.
her, Mom.
She's working right now.
You're
you're good.
You're
You can
good.
film
We
it
just
if you
wanna
want.
mess
I
with
just,
you,
And
yeah.
she's
I don't
filming
want to see you work.
horizontally,
You
like,
you can roll over here too. You're not gonna block anything out.
In the
Yeah.
world that you're in, right? You're working at a club, you're in this celebrity landscape, you're going to potentially be moving up in your career. Like, do you ever consider what it would be like to be single?
that is a great question. And yes, 100%. I do think if I was single, and it's going to sound terrible, but as a female in the entertainment industry, if you are single, it's a lot easier. Like, because there's so many people who want to network, but the first thing they're going to see is that you're an attractive person. And so I want to explore that first. And then it opens a lot of doors. I mean, people sleep their way to the top. I never plan on doing that, but it is an easier fast track. Look at all these TikTokers, like Nessa Barrett, like she got famous from her boyfriend being famous. And now she's touring worldwide and she broke up with him and cheated on him and everything. Like it would have been easier. I could have
I
been in a
get
hype
that too,
house.
and I can speak to that as well. Like it's as simple as this. Like if I didn't have my fiance and my baby at home, I could work harder all day. I'd never have to be home. I could
Yeah.
put in 16-hour days, no problem. And I enjoy doing that type of shit. But now it's a lot harder for me because I need to be home working. So that's just one aspect of it. Then
Yeah.
you make it, if I was pretty, oh my God, the opportunities coming my way.
You would never believe it. The things I get offered, it's just like, sometimes I'm like, ugh.
Well, dude, I mean, 100K. I've been working for 4 years, nonstop, every fucking day, going with all the bullshit, all the drama. And I have a month where I finally make $100,000 a month, and you get offered it
For dinner.
in the club.
And I said
for dinner.
no.
I know.
And my boss was like, you should have said yes. Like the owner was like, you should.
Everyone's gonna have an opinion on that one. We'll get
Everyone.
30 comments about you should have said yes, you should have
comments.
said no.
Would
Yeah.
you let your girlfriend go sit with a scrub for $100,000 and sit in the club and you're allowed to go?
And you're allowed to go.
See, that part didn't get added to the end though.
But
so
Well, I was
he
already
still would have been
on.
uncomfortable.
I
didn't
would
tell
have been
him.
in the club anyway.
I got an ego, I guess, because I still wouldn't.
In your relationship?
We just fight it out. No. No.
That's what it seems like on TikTok.
It's all,
I
I
know.
don't want to say it's all fake, but it is all fake. But we have really good communication. My boyfriend, he's a Cancer, so he's a little more sensitive than me, like I said, and he's like 3 years older than me too. So he's a little more mature, and he's just like, as long as you're open and communicating with me, and we have like a mutual understanding of things that are okay and aren't okay, like that's it. Just open communication is the best thing. But it does piss me off. Like I want to wear what I want to wear and do what I want to do, but I sometimes have to like be like, is this I like And I just feel like it kind of takes away power from me as like a female too. So I'm like, but
Let's have a vote in the group of the three of you on set. Do you guys think a girl is more jealous in relationships typically, or a guy? Which one is more jealous, girls or guys?
Go ahead, you first.
easy, men, 100%.
I think men probably.
Man,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Well, because women give men a reason to be jealous.
Touche. I mean,
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I think
There's
girls
no-
cheat
there's
more
no
than
guys-
men. No, I lie. I take that back. I think
Wait, what did
girls-
you just say?
Girls cheat. Nah, I think
I
I
think
think
girls are
nowadays
smarter
women
about
cheat
it, though.
way more.
it's
Way
even.
more.
I think it's even.
I think it's even, but I think girls are getting away with it. And I also think emotionally, like
What do you mean getting away with it?
I think we're just like easier at hiding it. Like, I'm sorry. I just think sometimes I've been cheated on, and like,
One sec, I gotta call my girl.
check in. She might be no, but yeah.
Is it different if a woman cheats on the man or if the man cheats on the woman? Is it different effect
Is one worse
on the
than the
person? Is
other?
one worse
I
than
think
the other?
one is worse than the other.
Oh,
The
which
girls,
one?
I'm a girl's girl, and they're gonna hate me. But men, I think, cheat just to like get off, and I think girls cheat because they're lacking
Facts.
things in their relationship. So it's
which one's
emotionally
worse?
cheating's way worse because that means like you have an issue with them internally. If it's just ass, it's just ass. Like,
See, I agree with that. That's the whole thing. That's the whole red pill push right now is like, oh, if I cheat on you, I didn't actually care. It's just I just wanted to get a nut off.
yeah, and
Which-
I mean it's in your nature. Like it's in. I mean, I think another drastic change, but I also think like monogamy is like not how humans were designed. I think they were supposed to have multiple partners, but
That's a bar. That's a bar. Also controversial.
I
but
believe
a
in
bar.
monogamy, but I do think like our bodies are like wanting, like, you know, people are attractive out there. What do you? My boyfriend's gonna look at this and be like, Beyonka.
Well, it's
What would
true.
you
I think
say?
everybody feels that way. You know, you're attracted to a lot of people. A lot
There's
of
nothing you can do about it. That's called biology.
Yeah, it's great. There's so many beautiful people out here. It's crazy.
I agree.
Wasn't always that way. Now you got social media exposing it. I remember when I was younger and everyone was fucking ugly.
That's because we're in fucking Poughkeepsie,
I
New
was
York.
just gonna say the 845 is not where you need to look. I live in Tampa now.
So much
people?
different. Yo, Florida
So
is
different.
crazy different.
I heard that about.
Yeah.
I was telling you the other day when I was in the airport, when I got out the airport in Florida, in where was I? Fort Lauderdale. And I'm looking around waiting for my bag, and I'm like, damn, everyone in here is like a good looking person. And then I went back to Westchester. I flew back, 3 days later, and I'm waiting for my bag, and I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are not one person was
Not one.
above a 5. Like it matters so much on where you live.
Yeah.
So
If you're
I
a
think
10
that
here-
matters, and that's why social media. The people who make it big are the most handsome or with the most money.
That's
or
what
the
I'm
most.
saying. That's all you're
So,
exposed to on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Those
just
platforms.
so terrible too, because it's like no one's real on social. Everyone knows this by now, but it's like all fake. I've met so many big influencers, and I'm like,
I'm gonna start ugly TikTok.
you should. Well, they have that app to be real.
What's
It's ugly
that?
people.
Well, it's not for ugly people,
You
but
should totally get on, bro.
it's basically like you got to post like yourself, what you're doing in that exact
Oh
moment.
yeah,
It's to be real, or is it like something like, yeah, I think it's called
something
to be
like that. You have to
Yeah,
post
Joey
your front and back.
showed
camera.
me.
Yeah,
that,
it's
too.
like, why would I do that though? You guys do not want to see me on a weekly. Like, I'll be in my pajamas. I'll be chilling. This is like for the camera.
I want to talk about your most viral TikTok because that's the one you were just talking about where you put shaving cream, or is it
That's
a
not
different
my
one?
most viral one, actually.
What's the most viral one?
The most viral TikTok, because I actually surpassed my most viral TikTok this week on Instagram. I did more views.
What was that?
That one was me showing bathing suits like up to the camera of like what am I gonna wear. I think it was like on like a family vacation or something. And the last
Oh,
one was like a
okay.
piece of dental floss. And so that did that's at like 35 million right now. And it's
On
been like
Instagram?
yeah, on Instagram. And it's been
Wow.
like 2 weeks. So that
That's
surpassed
a
that.
lot of traction. God damn, it's
Yeah,
hard to do
I-
numbers like that on Instagram.
Yeah, I went up like 35,000 followers in the past like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Holy
What's your favorite
shit.
platform to be on, and where do you have most of your success? You may have just answered that. but-
It was TikTok. I actually just started that Instagram. I have a different Instagram page. I started that one like maybe 6 months ago because my last page was stuck at 9,000 for 5 years. So I started brand new. My boyfriend advised me to. He does social media. He was like, you should start a new page. I did. And it was way more fun growing that page. TikTok is oversaturated, so I'm just over it. Views are low. I have 700,000 followers, and I'm getting like now with everything, the algorithm, I'll get like maybe 12,000 views. Same
That's
thing.
weird.
We'll do
I
like
don't even
a
get how
million.
that works.
It's just like there's so many people. Everyone wants to be an influencer nowadays, and not everyone's meant to be an influencer. I don't even consider myself an influencer. Consider myself a content creator. I make videos, content. I'm not influencing anyone to do anything. I'm just here for entertainment purposes.
Ooh, I like that.
Everyone's chasing this dream of making all this money on social media. It is, for one, there's not a lot of money out there. They're lying to you. TikTokers aren't making that much money unless you're top tier.
Right.
And-
well, I think there is a lot of money out there, but it's limited to the top 1%.
To the top one, yeah.
Well, it's also not the monetization. If you're selling a product, you can make a lot of money because you're
Sponsorships,
pushing
yeah.
it to another
Right.
platform.
There's that
or
too.
thing. Yeah.
But like the creator fund, BS.
Nothing. And they just
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
it too. They
All
just
that
dropped
shit.
it for everyone, I'm pretty sure. For
Yeah.
Instagram and
Instagram did. TikTok still has it, but like, okay, 700,000 followers. My average like viewership is like a few million because all my videos get counted, maybe I'll make 300 a month on just views. That's ridiculous. Like people are like, oh, it pays my bills. It doesn't pay your bills. Now sponsorships do. It pays my car note. That's about it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I kind of already know the answer to this, but I think it's good for people to hear. How do you stand out on Instagram, TikTok? Like, how have you grown so quickly and so good?
I think I just do things people wouldn't typically do.
No. I mean, I agree. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I put myself in positions that are a little cringe. Like my little sister's like, I'm getting embarrassed at school because you're always posting weird stuff. And on top of that, like people wouldn't expect it from me, from someone who looks like me. So I think that combination of like, oh, like she's cute, and then she does this, like, oh,
Yeah, you don't.
she
Take
does this
yourself too
weird thing.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't take myself too seriously, and you
People
gotta
like
just push
that.
the envelope. Yeah.
You're very good at it. The videos you make are fucking hilarious.
Thank
and I
you.
don't-
Next time your little sister says that, be like, "But they're all watching me, right?"
Yeah, I
that's
try to
what
tell
matters.
her, but she doesn't care. She's like, she just turned 18. And
How many siblings you have?
I'm one of 5.
5 all
All
girls?
girls.
I'm one of 5 boys.
Yeah,
What? We like the crazy Brady bunch.
right there. Yeah, no, one of 5, and 2 of them are adopted though. They're my cousins, but they're adopted. So big family.
You're
lot of
a
girl
woman of
energy.
multiple talents, but now you're getting into singing, songwriting.
Yeah,
Can you tell us the date or no of the first song?
can't tell you the date.
Okay.
Very, very soon. Very soon.
Can you tell us the name, the title of
Yeah, the song's called Better Off,
it? Okay.
and it was written. I literally recorded this song and the music video a year ago.
Do you think singing is what you've always wanted to do? Is that what you've been
are
solving
your-
for the
your
whole time?
Main aspirations, like what's your end goal? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
I think I will definitely always wanted to do singing since I was a little girl. My dad's a musician. He was a drummer for Mary J. Blige, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston. Like he
What?
did all the things.
Family
Yo,
of talent.
everybody in her family's doing something.
They
What are
all
you doing?
sing. She counts money.
She's the momager.
That's her
Manager.
talent. She really likes to count money. I'm not even kidding. Like that's her thing. But yeah,
I love it.
she runs businesses.
She runs the businesses.
Yeah.
Businesses.
Oh, with an S. Okay, mom.
A
I
lot
like
of
that.
S's in there.
But yeah, singing has always been a passion of mine. I've been writing music since I was like 7. So
Do you do live performances? What do you do?
not yet.
Not yet.
I would love to perform. That's like my favorite. Like I'm an entertainer at heart. Like it doesn't matter if it's acting, and that's kind of like the answer to the question. Like it doesn't matter what I do as long as I'm entertaining. If it's singing, if it's movies, I also write movies. Like I'm trying to write the first ever mixed Disney movie, so I'm writing that this year.
Wait. Can you unpack that a little?
Yeah, I want to write the first ever mixed Disney princess movie. I mean, we have Tiana, and but there's no, most of the world is becoming like a
don't we already
mixed race.
have? Don't we have one?
Tiana's black. She's not mixed. And since they want to not,
I stopped
accept
watching
us.
Disney
Best
when
of
they
both
went
worlds.
woke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's getting that way. But yeah, I want to do a mixed Disney princess because when I was little, I didn't have someone to look up to. And so I had to look at Belle and I was like, I don't even look like her. But I want a mixed Disney princess and I want to write it and I want to star in it.
I guess they do. How many Disney princesses are you? Is there? Isn't there one for like every single type of?
Yeah, except for
Woman?
mixed people.
Interesting.
Favorite Disney princess?
Dude, I don't even know.
Says a lot about you.
I don't even know.
Jasmine
one.
all day.
I was going to
Moana?
say all
Was she
men
a
like
princess?
Jasmine. They're like, she's hot.
She's got a tiger.
She does it. That is pretty dope.
She got a tiger, dog.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I couldn't even tell you like 3 of them. So I don't know.
Uncultured swine. Bro.
Yeah, I'm
You're
uncultured.
crazy.
You gotta
I'm
watch
uncultured.
it. They're good.
I miss the old school Disney movies.
1 second. We got to find a good question.
How do you plan on making your own song go viral? Like, I'm sure you know a lot about like conversion rates on TikTok, and like if you have sponsorships and you have like links to different sites, right? You're trying to convert people, so maybe 5%, maybe 3% of your
Yeah.
followers will actually go. How are you gonna make people go from watching your funny videos to watching you sing?
That's actually something we're trying to figure out right now. Like literally my mom just called me like, what's going on with the marketing plan? And I'm like, basically my game plan is just to incorporate my music into the things I already do. Like make funny videos. The sound is relatable. So I can like lip sync to it and stuff like that. Create trends, but not stray from the brand I've kind of already created for myself, which is difficult because people signed up for one thing and that was funny videos. And so they don't care about my music or they don't care about my fashion. They don't care about the other stuff. So it's just like I have to slowly spoon feed them like, oh, this is my music. There's another side of me. So yeah, I just plan on basically like incorporating it into what I already do and just continue to be like just different and just not just post a song and me singing to it. Like it's not gonna go anywhere. I gotta do something crazy. I gotta like jump off the roof or something.
Do you feel that you have a loyal fan base that will eat up your music?
Absolutely not. They are not loyal. I don't have any fans. I have followers. I don't have fans. I have a few. I have a lot. I have a few like really dedicated fans that I'm really close with. I'm going to one of their weddings. Like, yeah. So I have some close fans, but not 700,000, not 80,000.
Well, TikTok, I feel like is such BS fan base and numbers.
So
it's
BS,
like nobody actually like they're. I don't even know how people get to that followership so quick. I posted one video, went viral. I was at 8,000 in 1 week. Like I started TikTok. Yeah. 1 week later, I posted a clip of Damon John. I'm at 8,000. None of those people have probably ever watched my video again. You know,
because they go to the For You page. They don't go to their followers list.
Nobody does on TikTok, so it's all BS.
Instagram's a little more built in, and YouTube for sure. That's where I want to like go. YouTube has that like cult like following that like if they love you, and they'll do anything for you. So I'm working on that. YouTube Shorts. My boyfriend grew his YouTube page from like 30,000 to 100,000 in 1 month off just YouTube Shorts. Well, he posts long form, but mostly YouTube Shorts pushed his page.
What does he do? Because we're trying to do that.
He does street ball, so he just like trims up clips. First of all, my boyfriend, let me just say, he's the social media genius. Like anything he touches turns to gold. He built a company, Ball's Life, from which he can't talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it. T is a major company, multi-million-dollar company.
Wait, stop.
Go ahead. Sorry.
He built Ball His Life.
You know Ball His Life? Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ball His Life.
He didn't build it. Okay, so they've been around since 2005. But you know all the street ball stuff they've done?
Yeah,
with Slim?
I've watched every video.
My boyfriend, we moved to Florida, and he was like, I want to start doing street ball stuff. Like, he never picked up a camera in his life. Picked up a camera, was like, I'm just going to go park. We found Zach, the guy with the one arm, right? He has one arm.
Yeah.
So Zach and Millie, Austin A. Millie, right? We were like, let's collab. We go there, we film it on behalf of Ball His Life. They said, we're not going to give you any money. We don't think this is going to work out. That's what Ball His Life tells him. We're not going to give you any money towards this. Invest your own money if you really want to. And if it goes somewhere, we'll pay you extra, right? And you see where they're at now. I mean, like, he grew them from like 2 million subscribers to like, they're at like 8 million subscribers. 8 million subscribers now, just based off street ball. He changed the entire trajectory of their company. They were going down. He was
like an entrepreneur where he came into the company and grew it?
Yeah, like basically.
So he didn't start the company?
No, he didn't start it. He was doing social media management for them. And then he just had like an interest in doing street ball. So he did it. And then he built the team and everything. And then they fired him because things were going on behind the scenes that weren't good. And he tried to stand up for the guys. And then they fired him instead and like split his salary amongst the guys. So Politics. He's a really interesting guy. And if you ever want to pick his brain, he's the like.
Yeah, where's he? He lives in Florida too?
Yeah, but he's from Saugerties. So.
Really?
Yeah, he's from here.
What's your dream collabo? Who do you want to collab with?
Musically or just anything?
Anything.
I want to hear both answers.
Musically, I would love to collab with Youngblood. He's like you guys know who Youngblood is?
Yeah.
I love Youngblood. I was
not expecting that.
Yeah.
Wait, what type of music you making?
So I started.
Got to drop some drill beats out here.
Yeah, no, I started doing pop punk. Like, that was like what I started doing.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Listen, I grew up listening to Blink-182, and now they got this whole new pop punk thing, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I love it. It was like more like a year ago. It was really hot. And
Youngblood's voice is crazy.
He's so talented. He can sing. He can rap. He is just such a creative. Like, there's not a lot of real creatives around anymore, and he's like one of them. So Youngblood's my top number one.
That's crazy. I hope to see you on a track with Youngblood.
Yeah, but now I don't even do pop punk anymore. I'm changing my genre already.
You didn't even drop a song.
Right. Right.
What genre is this song?
Better Off is pop punk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So you're gonna see me look completely different. Like this was a year ago. I was going through some stuff. I went through my emo phase late, you know?
Okay.
And
it's right on time right now. It's in.
Yeah, it's in right now too.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just going through stuff like
Emos
emotionally.
are back.
So
Did you ever go through emo phase?
I think I was skater for like a week in middle school.
I went through it.
I was like, remember those sweatbands on the arm? Yeah, I had one of those. My DC shoes.
The
Didn't
DCs
even
were
know how
fire.
to skate.
The DCs were it.
You need to get you some wheels for your foot now.
Some Heelys?
Yeah, we need to get you
Lose
some
my other
Heelys
fucking
now.
foot. That's the last thing.
Take that
I need is
bitch
to be
off.
on wheels.
Take that bitch
I'm
off.
fine in my truck.
All right. Let's get into some crazy stuff.
Oh,
Tell us a crazy party story. You went to college. You have a crazy party
She
story?
definitely does. Did you see
I
the face? she
do.
just
I have a
made?
lot of crazy party stories. I'm just thinking about which one I want to talk about.
Tell
I
us
went to
one story you
Marist,
don't
so-
want to say in front of your mom.
She knows
Why don't
all.
you say it in
She
front
was
of her?
there. She had to pick me up. I'll give the story about when I put my head through a glass window.
Nice.
Yeah, I got really drunk and I had just broke up with my ex-boyfriend. Well, he broke up with me. He cheated on me.
The one that you spent the money on?
Yeah, the one I spent the money on.
Ungrateful fuck.
Yeah, terrible person. And then I was like drunk, so I'm calling it, pick me up, I'm sad, I want you that. He pulls up in his car and I'm drunk and I'm throwing up in the driveway. He puts me in the car. He speeds off before the door's even closed. So that, mind you, my cousin's outside. This is a family party. This is not even a college start. This is my sister's birthday party with my parents.
Listen, though, you're hammered puking outside.
I'm hammered puking outside and they drive off. So my cousin goes inside. She goes, oh my God. Like I'm not gonna give his name, but he's like, he just drove off with Beyonka. Mom was like, what? Where'd she go? So he brings me to his house and he's like basically like, oh, you're so dumb. Like literally like so mean to me. And I'm just like, I just want to be with you, right? Go inside his house. I fall back because I was like throwing up. I fall back and my head shatters the glass window behind me. All the glass shatters. I go upstairs. He brings me into his room, like just to like whatever, I don't sleep it off, whatever you want to say. And then all I hear is, Beyonka, you better come out here now. My mom's at the door. They all drove to his house. And he was locked me in there, would not let me out. Finally my mom like busts through the door. They take me out. This story is crazy. Then they drive back home. They put me in the bed. They're feeding me chicken to like, sober up and everything.
I love the little comments. They feed me
They
chicken.
threw chicken on my face. They're like, you gotta eat this. I was like, I don't know. I'm crying
Chicken
still.
helps.
Then he busts back through the door. He came back to my house in his underwear. Now he's fighting my cousin. Literally, my cousin's a big girl. Bam, bam,
Is
bam.
he
They
drunk
fist
too?
fighting. No, he's sober. He's just
Why
crazy.
is he in his underwear?
Because he's a psychopath. It's also 3 o'clock in
It's
the
a
morning.
great part of the story.
I love that.
In his underwear and fighting my cousin. They fall into my TV. My TV falls over. My TV shatters on the ground. Then they start fighting in the driveway. His mom pulls up in her car. My mom was with his mom. And then we had to shove him back in the car. And then I ended up taking him back the next morning. And then he
You guys
cheated on me
almost had
again.
a mom fight?
Yeah,
That's great.
You took him back the next morning?
the next morning.
And then he cheated.
And then he cheated on me again. And I laughed.
Did he cheat down?
Down, like a girl who was like uglier than me? She was not an ugly, I don't want to say she was ugly. She just wasn't me.
Is that a yes
I like
or
that
no?
comment.
I don't know
Nah,
what
see,
that
that
is.
was a very good. That was
She's
classy.
not
That was-
ugly, but she's not me. She didn't, but she looked, she
you
was
took
like
the
a,
high road on that one. I see what
she was a similar look to me. She had curly hair, but she was not.
she was the Walmart brand.
I feel like you're a very.
Oh.
Maybe you weren't back then, but you're a very like independent woman. Like you're kind of
Yeah.
a boss bitch, is what you would say on
Boss
social media now,
queen.
right?
Yeah.
How come you took him back then?
It was a toxic relationship and I loved it. I'm a Scorpio. Like
Yo,
we
why
love
are we addicted to those? Like when I was younger, I was in a toxic ass
Uh-huh.
relationship. That shit was low key fun.
They're so fun. And then sometimes I'll be driving home and I'll be
Facts.
like in my happy relationship and I'll just be like, do you remember the crazy things I used to do? Jump off like cliffs. And I mean, he also was like doing his, like he was just a sketch guy. So like he was doing his thing and I was like there with him, trap queen vibe. And it was just fun. It was like fun and dangerous and like, it was great.
Yeah, I can't live that lifestyle anymore.
Yeah, it gets old and he cheated on me too many times. And he cheated on me and I turned down XXX Tentacion for him. Like while he was cheating on me and I didn't know it.
Okay, well, stop. We're gonna stop again. We're gonna take a pause, and you're gonna tell me that. What do you mean you turned him down? He was in your DMs?
No, I met him in person before he died.
Wow!
say to
Holy
you?
fuck!
He literally called me over. Like he was shopping on Melrose, and I was with my ex, and we were shopping on Melrose, and he was in a stretch G-Wagon, like crazy. And him and Trippie Redd were ex. Trippie was nobody at the time. Trippie was nobody. No one knew who he was. Ex pulls out, gets out the limo, or gets out the stretch. He walks through. He sees me. He waves me on. I'm like, I don't even know who he is at the time. I didn't know who X was. Like, this is like right after he dropped like the Kicking My Dick in My Pants, that song. I didn't know who he was. My ex loved him. And then basically his bodyguards came over and like, X wants you. And I was like, what? And he was like, come over here. So they bring me over there. They check my ID. They're like, you're 18, right? I'm like, yeah. I don't even know what's going on at this point. And then he comes up to me, whispers, he's like, do you want to come shopping? We're going to go Rodeo, Melrose, whatever you want. It's on us. Like me, a trip. I'm like, can my boyfriend come? And my boyfriend was right there like, and he was like, no, but the offer still stands if you want to go. And I was like, should I go? And he was like, absolutely not. Next week I go home, find out he was cheating on me.
Damn.
And he loves to flex that. Like my ex like turned down X for me.
If I would have known, I would have been in a limo right now. Like,
For real.
Any other famous guy stories trying to hit on you?
ooh, I don't want to expose people.
Yeah, expose people.
Too bad you're on a podcast.
This is like, y'all are peer pressure. You're bad.
This is the
have you on
drama,
to
though.
not tell
this
us
is
the
the
good
drama,
shit.
and you just told me you turned down your ex-boyfriend for X. Like
No,
that's
Yeah, but
Turned out
X isn't here
X-
or
anymore.
sorry, you turned on
R.I.P.
X
So
for-
like, you
yeah.
know, R.I.P.
yeah.
There's like famous DJs, I'll just say right now, that have been very interested in me because I work at an EDM club. So very, very famous DJs.
They're
And
soliciting you
so,
in
yeah.
your DMs.
yeah, well, in person, I
Your
meet
wife
them
is in me DMs.
and in DMs. Yeah, but I turn everybody down. I try to be good.
You're a good girl.
I'm a good girl.
Except
yeah.
for that one guy, right?
There's no guy. See how you try to catch me?
Trying to
Try to catch
Trying to
me.
expose
No,
you
I'm a
early in
good
the
girl.
game.
Everyone in my club, like when the famous DJs come in and stuff, they'll be like, "Hey, like get that girl," and then my boss will be like, "She's not gonna
What
go
do you
for
think
it."
about all these female rappers nowadays just living that whole life and just like they like what's that new one? I can't
Ice
even
Spice?
Yeah, the fucking she looks like an Oompa Loompa. What do you make of that? I think
just
it's disgusting.
I feel like y'all are setting me up that someday in the future these clips are gonna resurface, and I'm gonna be like, "I hate Ice Spice," and this is gonna just be that clip.
Well, you
no,
didn't say it, I said it.
listen, I
just want to know what you think about it. Like why is that the norm now? Why does everybody have to be so hoish and disgusting?
I personally think that girls feel like we've been over sexualized for years. I don't personally feel this, but I
But
think
you're
they feel
getting
like
you're over sexualizing yourselves now.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not talking to you, but it's like all
Yeah.
these artists now. It's like, how hoish are you gonna get? Where's
Yeah.
your dad at?
I personally am not like, you guys have seen my social media. I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't post even like a butt, and I don't have a butt. I look shaped like the number one, but you know, if I had one,
said I
I
was
still
shaped like the
wouldn't
number
post
one.
it, you know. But I think that it just all comes from like they are like we've been profited on by the industry for so many years. We might as well do it ourselves and make our own bag. Like I think Ice Spice is like independent or something. Like so everything she's doing is the fast track, and she's gonna make a lot of money for it. And you don't really have to be that talented right now to do it. And it's just the easier route. Why not?
that's-
I
yeah,
guess.
that's always
if you
been the
got
route.
it, use it. I guess, right?
I like that you said that you don't have to be that talented. So what gets you there?
Looks, connect, like networking, who
Yeah.
you know, and like if you're just catchy, like
Sleeping with
sleeping with whoever, literally. And that's what I'm saying. Like it would just be so easy if I was just like,
If
but
you were hoeing?
even if I was single, I wouldn't do it because I feel like being
Yo.
independent is just so important to me.
it never gets lived down once you do it once, and then now that's like, oh, she'll do that to get to the next level, or
Yeah.
she'll do that to get this out of you, you know?
100%.
And then how do you stop it? I feel like once you get in the mix of that,
You're
Now the
always going to be
floodgates
seen
are
as
open.
that. Yeah. I mean, 100%. And the girls out here are crazy. I see groupies. I never met real groupies until I moved to Florida, and there's like these real groupies out there. They will do anything, literally anywhere, for a little bit of money or a little bit of clout. It's crazy. To
so
me.
what's the day look like now as a content creator? What are you doing? You told me last year you were traveling all over the goddamn world. So is that still kind of what you're doing?
No, I stay home now. I'm
Okay.
so lame. I don't go anywhere. I literally just film in my house.
Okay.
That's the life for me. I love sitting home.
It has its perks for sure, but it gets boring. I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. I have no friends. So
Why is that?
ask the friends I don't have.
I didn't know if there was going to be a good answer.
You know, I have no friends. No, I mean, I think also personally for me, I'm very busy. I'm very focused. I'm hyper focused on myself. I always have been in high school. I did not have any friends either. Like, I mean, and I just think for me, I don't have the energy to give to a friend that I feel like, especially specifically females, require. Like, I can't be your boyfriend and your friend. You got to be on your own boss girl moves, and you got to be on the same drive level as me for me to want to be your friend.
Why are women like that? I feel like Sarah says that all the time. Like every woman she's friends with, it's like they're dating. Like you're not allowed. They gotta control you. They gotta be your best
Yeah.
fucking friend. If you don't text your girlfriend back, if a woman doesn't text her girlfriend back, it's war.
Yes.
Why is that?
I wish I could tell you. I mean, I just
That's
think
crazy.
they require a lot of attention, especially, okay, I heard this quote that you can't like expect for your partner,
your like romantic partner to give you everything, right? They're not going to be your 100% everything. You need to rely on other people to fill your cup, certain things. So like say her boyfriend isn't like emotionally like listening to her, she might really rely on you for that. So you know, you need a bunch of people.
Especially women.
Especially when we have a lot of emotions, we have a lot of feelings. But I was just raised from the cutthroat queen over here who was like, you cry about it, get over it, and move on. Like, I don't have time for the emotions, for the feelings. And I think I have like almost like a male mentality sometimes. I'm a little cold. Like, I don't
get that.
care.
Like, my girl always wants to talk like drama and let's talk about the tea. And I'm like, not me. Call your mom, call your sister, talk to someone else. I just don't have the time for that type of stuff. But you as women, you need that stuff.
Yeah,
you need to talk drama. You guys love drama.
I love drama. I do.
I mean, you sound like you don't like it as much. I know that like even just the shows you guys watch, like TV and shit.
Oh my God.
Started.
But then
How do women fall asleep watching murder fucking documentaries?
her eyes were cut out. Her tongue.
Bro, I can't even have that shit on in the house. I can be in another fucking room and I could sense the TV is playing murder shit.
Yeah, girls are crazy.
All right, so how long have you been with your man?
5 years.
So how do you make a relationship?
Is that on camera?
How do you make a relationship so successful? You guys have obviously been very successful.
Oh, you said the big C word earlier. That works for me more than anything else.
Communication. Yeah, communication for sure. And what I will say, the main thing I love about my relationship personally is I am my own individual person. Like, I have not texted my boyfriend since probably last night. Like, he'll check in here and there. We're not on top of each other. You have to be your own individual person. You can't become somebody else, because when you rely too much on somebody else and then like you change as a person or they change as a person, now the relationship's like weird. I just feel like you have to be your own person and just be a team. Like, you just have to do teamwork stuff. Because honestly, I feel like for me, the 3-year relation, like 3-year mark, I was like, okay, we went through like a rough patch. And the only thing that got us through that was like, we had a dog together, we had a house, like we had bigger issues. If you just are on a love boat, it's not going to go anywhere. You got to like be a good teammate with that person and just like overlook all the other BS and just focus on like what's your end goal, family.
Do you guys
household.
actually discuss that?
Like our end goal?
Yeah. Do you ever sit down and say, hey, this is what we want in 5 years?
Yeah, he wants kids now. I don't.
And you want this now?
I don't even want this now. I'm just saying, if you want kids now, I better have this now. And that's what we're going to do.
She's negotiating.
Yeah, I'm going to negotiate the deal. I mean, you're not going to cut my youth short. I'm supposed to be out here right now.
Hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer.
You just said something that was very good. Like, you have to be independent. He's got to be independent. And then you got to grow as a couple and then each your own independency. So what do you think about the new, I don't know if it's a new thing going around, but what do you think about the women not working and the man working? Do you think that's a good dynamic or no?
I think if it works for you. But what I will say is I didn't have to pay any bills for the last 2 years. I started paying bills again this year. Like, in my household, my boyfriend makes good money. He wanted me to pursue my interests, finish school, and do what I had to do. I appreciate it. But there's always that feeling that you're taking care of like a child. And it kind of ruins like a little bit of a romantic relationship, as well as for me as a female. I just felt like I just didn't feel good about myself. Like, I want to feel like I'm putting in 50-50. So I also have 50-50 say. Like, if you pay all the bills, now I can't decide on like what color I want to paint the walls. I mean, it wasn't that drastic, but like certain things, it's like, if you're not paying for it, how do you have a say?
Right.
Sit down and do what you do. And women,
That's fair.
women are mad about that. And it's like, but you don't pay any bills. So what did you expect?
You're spitting bars.
Yeah,
You're spitting
I agree
bars.
with a lot of shit.
I'm telling you, I'm a girl's girl, but I really feel like the girls are going to hate me.
That's listen, I didn't expect it all, so I'm impressed.
Girls have to do better. You got to boss up.
Her mic just cut.
They can't hear me. You're good.
You're good now.
She's back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TikTok content. The comments are crazy, I'm sure. Talk about some comments on TikTok.
I book her.
TikTok comments, peanut butter, covering yourself in peanut butter.
Oh my God, you seen that video? We're looking at it right now. Oh.
Pull that up. I want to
These
watch
guys
that.
right there.
Wow. That was actually an ad. Oh my God, my whole page is so big right now.
Yeah, you're back.
I try not to show people my TikToks.
He's so bad it's not even funny.
Did you smell like peanut butter for a week?
Oh my God, it was disgusting.
Oh, is that Scott?
Yeah, that's Scott.
What up, Scott?
He looks terrible right there. No offense. Love him.
Yeah, she says that. Look at her. She's covered in fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, I did that as an ad. So
For what?
for a company that pays you for views or something.
What?
Yeah, there's a platform that's like TikTok, but instead everyone can make money off of it, and it's like higher.
Oh, so you just need to make something with.
I just need to make content.
Yeah,
Sponsored.
that's it.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that's happened while you were filming a TikTok? And talk us about your creative process.
The craziest thing that's happened while I'm filming a TikTok? Oh, it's hard to think about.
Maybe the craziest like setup, you know?
The craziest setup probably has to be, oh, okay, I do have a good one. The shaving cream on the toilet one that I did, I also was not going to waste the shaving cream. So I was like, I'm going to film like 4 videos. So I have more videos on my page, but one of them was like when you're a nosy neighbor. And so I had to go out on the street in full shaving cream, walking my dog. And my neighbors were outside putting their trash away with their kids. And they were just like,
What?
and I was just like, but they know I do TikTok. So I was like, they kind of understood. But
Oh, don't mind her. She does TikTok.
me. That was probably the craziest situation because I was covered in shaving cream and you couldn't tell I didn't have, like, I had clothes on, but you couldn't tell because it was completely covered in shaving cream.
What do you find that works best on TikTok? Just making those crazy eye capturing videos where they see, oh my God, why is she covered in peanut butter?
I think it's a combination of you got to get their attention right away. So that's why I have like shaving cream, a hook, peanut butter, things that kind of make it like pop. And then you got to have them stay along towards the end. So you don't want to give them everything at once. You want them to have a storyline that they can find out like the answer to at the end. Like trying to think like if you like, oh, like crazy things my boyfriend said to me, like don't tell them right away, like do some other stuff in the middle and then at the end, show it or whatever. But you got to get the clickbait in the beginning, a storyline that's interesting enough for them to follow, and then give them the end, to like just you then at the end, basically you get the watch time, which pushes the algorithm.
Would you say on your page there's a theme or is it just?
I wish there was.
No.
It's just comedy. I need a niche. That's what I'm working towards. And I think for me, it's never going to happen because I don't have like a set thing, but I just hope that people like me enough that they like me and like I'm the brand and I'm just like, this is what I do and you just like what I do.
Right.
Well, usually in the beginning, you got to go niche to get to the level. And then when you get to a level, then you can do whatever the hell you want,
Which, for me,
But
comedy's
you're still blowing up,
comedy's so vague and I do need to like kind of like zero in on some stuff. So I am starting to post again. I only post once a day right now. I'm about to do 3 days a week. 3 times a day, every day again. That's how I blew up. Like I did it for a week and then on the 7th day, literally on the 7th day, I went viral. So there was a little bit of like a.
You about to do stand-up comedy?
I would love to, but I don't think I'm funny enough. I would have to just have conversations with people. Like I can't write jokes. Like it's just not.
You just got to crack on people
I
on
want to
the
do that.
stage.
Dead ass. I want to do
You
it.
did it one time, didn't you?
I did. It was fun.
Yeah.
But it was at a fish market.
Was it hard?
Kind of. I mean, it was a little nerve wracking. It was the first time I ever like got on a mic and spoke in front of a bunch of people.
Oh.
But it wasn't that
And
hard.
look at you. It was your calling.
Yeah, it's different when you're in front of people like
Yeah.
live and you're trying to make them all laugh.
That's the
and they
hardest
know that's the goal. But it was
so
cool.
awkward.
I just ripped on everybody I was hanging out with.
That's
And
what
that
I
worked.
would do.
I think that's what you did. Just
I think that's all I would do if I got on stage is I would just
crowd
absolutely
the whole
tear
time.
everybody
Yeah,
apart.
that's what I would do. Matt Rife, right? That's his name, Matt Rife.
Oh,
You know
he's
him?
popping right now.
I adore him. Like I would love to do him, but not do him.
Clip that.
We're definitely making a reel out of
He
that.
is really attractive, but
He is handsome.
no, I would love to do something
I
like
second that.
He's so handsome. Why does he dress so
What's
bad though?
most incredible about him is everything is crowd work with him.
Yes.
Like literally none of that shit can be written unless he's a
Mm-hmm.
genius and he invites those people there and does that, which would be incredible.
yeah.
I just heard something crazy about him yesterday. He was on someone's podcast and like his life story is insane.
Really?
I can't remember what it was now. Like he doesn't know who his real father is and he thinks he's dead, but he might be alive. All this crazy
I
shit.
did see that too. Yeah.
It was insane.
His
And then
father killed himself at 20 years old.
yes. And then the mother said it might not have been his dad and that she was maybe seeing this other guy that looks like Matt So it's crazy.
That's insane. And also,
Right?
I feel like even like Pete Davidson, like, why is it such the tragic stories bring like the best comedians? This is terrible.
Yo, it's facts.
You gotta have the
so.
dark shit.
You gotta have the dark stuff.
Because it's how they deal with it. It's how they
Yeah.
cope with it.
What's the dark stuff you went through in your life? Nothing?
I wish I could say, like, I don't wish, but like, I honestly will say I'm not, I feel like some people like, oh, I had this struggle. I really had a great family. And obviously the acting stuff was tough. I guess the biggest thing for me was like an identity crisis. I went to Spack and Kill, so predominantly white school. I really didn't feel like I fit in. And also my family's from the city. We're not from here. So we didn't know anybody. So I struggled like with trying to always feel like I wasn't like attractive enough because like the guys in my school literally wanted girls with like straight hair, or like they would always tell me like, you look so much prettier when your hair is straight, which is just like,
Really?
yeah, 100%. Like my whole life I've straightened my hair. I damaged my hair so much it all broke off. Like I decided to start fresh.
I think the curly hair is like,
I think it looks
you.
dope as
who has
fuck.
the curly hair like that?
I did
Yeah,
my hair
what?
curly today just to look like
What?
it.
Oh, twin.
Yeah, usually this shit's slick back like Danny
I like the
Zuko.
curls. You should let the curls rock out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Dude,
I'm
it's a
gonna
thing.
have Brycey give me a little haircut today, freshen me up,
Oh.
but no beans.
But yeah, that's the only struggle, really. And then like, that's it. I really didn't. I wish I had.
Well, at least
Nah,
you
it's
can
good, though,
admit it,
'cause I
though,
think a
'cause
lot of people,
I
yeah.
don't
A lot of
See?
girls would be like,
Think
"Oh
it.
my god, I went through this. And
I mean, I
it
was
so
bullied.
hard."
Like I was bullied, and but like everyone's bullied.
I
and it
think,
builds
yeah,
character.
see, I think in general, everyone's like, oh, I had it so hard. Nobody fucking had it that hard.
we all went through
Some
the same
people
stuff.
had it hard.
Very, I know.
Yeah.
But very few people had it real
actually hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Like I was just working with one of our new guys yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he straight up told me like, yeah, you don't know any hardship in America. I'm like, why? He's from Ghana. And it's the fucking real stories. Like, yeah, I used to have to walk down the street to grab the bath water, put it in a bucket for my mom, put it in a bucket for me. And we don't, here's a crazy thing he was telling me. They don't have access to Wi-Fi in the sense that they have to go out and buy like a prepaid 5 gigabytes and then they use the 5 gigabytes and it's done. And then they got to go buy another 5 gigabytes. But it's not like monthly services. You got to go buy the card and the gigabytes. And then when it runs out, you got to go buy more. So you could be on a Zoom call, your gigabytes runs out, and you got to go to the fucking place to get more gigabytes.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
We live in America, and honestly,
Shorty, I gotta go out and get some milk and some Wi-Fi.
some why
Yo, it's
Never heard
crazy.
that.
Yeah. That's what he was telling me.
returns.
But
Never come back. Oh
They
shit.
don't even have showers. They don't. They have to shower.
that's what I
in
just
the
Yeah,
said.
it's said in a
That's what I was
bucket.
just saying. He had to go walk down. He was the guy
Hey,
that
he's the
walked down the
nicest
street.
kid ever too. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, but
What does he do now?
He
solar.
doesn't eat meat.
Oh.
He just started selling solar.
We gotta
he's
be
got-
grateful, America. We live in America.
For real. But that's what I'm saying. Nobody's really got it that hard. Like, I love that answer. You're like, I didn't really struggle that much.
I really can't say I struggled. Like I would, I wish I had more interesting story, but I had great parents. They supported me.
I love it.
That's that.
That's good.
awesome.
And I just always wanted to just be somebody still. And but they did. Both my parents did come from like nothing. They both are poor. Well, sorry, they're not poor now, but they both grew up in the projects. My mom was murdered when she was like, before. Well, you were 2. She was murdered, like, and then they were like laying on top of her and like crazy. She had tragic stories. So I will say, I feel like the tragedies my parents experienced, my dad, my mom, and their hardships kind of pushed us. They always instilled in us, like, you have to be, if we put you here, you got to be a step above us because we didn't put you here to just be basic and be mediocre. Like, you have to work hard. So
It sounds like they instilled my favorite thing into you,
Yeah.
and it's gratitude.
yeah,
Gratitude will make you a better person. If you could wake up every day and be grateful for your situation, you're just gonna have a better life.
100%. Like, it's just, I'm just always in like a positive mindset. It's never the end of the world. It's not. And even if something bad happens, you learn from it, you pivot, and you keep
Yes.
going. Life is hard and it's going to only get harder. And you just have to persevere or, push through because
That's
you're here. So
that's
you don't get a
huge
choice.
theme on our podcast, and that's like my message to everyone. It's like, shit sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
So what? Get up, keep going. You're good. Be grateful for what you do have.
Yeah.
And I've adapted that in my life like a lot, and my life got way better.
Yeah.
It's weird how gratitude works, but like that shit is powerful.
Well, listen, I love when you talk about, and I want you to share your story about your leg.
I was going to
Before-
ask you. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, you lost your leg, and then after, your life got 20 times better.
Yeah.
Everything changed. And someone that we know said to you, oh my God, if I lost my leg, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself, or I'd kill myself, right?
Yeah. Remember that?
That's some crazy shit. But so talk like, you know, your life got 10 times better after you went through the hardest thing of your life.
Yeah. So basically, it was just turning everything to gratitude. Like instead of the second I got in the accident, I accepted it. And I was just like, well, I can be upset for the rest of my life, or I can be grateful that I even fucking lived, because there's no way I should have lived through that accident, but I'm still here. I got a second chance. And then I just took every day with like, holy shit, I'm still here. I have another chance. I'm not going to fuck it up now. And I'm going to take advantage of every day I have. And my life has, in the last year, started making a lot of money compared to what I used to make. You know, I have a fiance, I have a daughter, I live in a beautiful place. I got everything. I have everything I could ever ask for.
Curly hair.
Because, yeah, I got beautiful curly hair. But it's just because like I'm grateful for every second that I have, and I'm grateful for everything that I have.
Yeah.
And when you walk around with that, damn, life is just so much better. Good
Bulletproof armor around you. Can't be
seriously,
fucked with.
you can't fuck with me. Cut my other foot off. I don't give a fuck. As long as I wake up tomorrow, I'll hop around on this fucking thing. We'll get another one.
Yeah, I saw you said that you were like, cut it off. And I was like, I would have been in a panic, but I guess the circumstances just, it seemed like.
Your mentality, I think you would have been okay. Yeah. You
you
seem
think?
like
I would just have to boss up, but.
He was completely
tough.
awake when he lost his leg. When he landed, he fucking stood up, fell over because his leg was mangled.
I didn't hit
off
my
his
head
body.
or anything. I was fine.
Handed the fucking cop his license. Like, here you go.
Yeah. He breathalyzed me
Wow. What? He was, why?
because I crashed.
I mean, yeah, but like.
I don't blame him. I would have breathalyzed me too. I'd be like, this is an easy
I would
one.
have
This
gave you a
motherfucker
shot.
definitely-
Goddamn, motherfucker. I know that shit hurt. Here you go.
Yeah.
Did a breathalyzer beforehand, but here you go.
Yeah, like what? That's crazy. But that, I mean, it's so true because there's so many people who aren't here anymore on this
Right.
planet and would probably give anything
just to be here.
just to be here. And I'm like, I'm very spiritual, and like growing up, like I used to like see spirits or whatever.
And she's a witch. That's good.
I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. My sister is a witch though. She has a coven. Literally.
Which one? The younger one?
She's 2 years older than me. My sister, the one, Mariah.
Oh, that's scary.
So actress witch, you know, just naturally
Goes hand in hand.
kind of the same thing.
It does, right?
Honestly, the Illuminati, you know, things like that.
Right.
But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, there's some people who aren't here, so you gotta be grateful for every single day. And like, it's not a dress rehearsal. Like, you just have to like live every day to the fullest, because you could be gone tomorrow. I mean, you literally like looked death in the face. Like, you could have
Big
not been
time.
here. So it's just wild how life happens, and we're all grateful that you're here. And look at you, your purpose. Your purpose.
I just think
mean,
everyone should be grateful.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that I could have been this way without having to go through what I did.
Yeah.
It's just weird how we are as people. Like, you literally don't know what you have until it's almost taken
Well,
away
it's
from
very
you.
hard to look at other people's experiences.
It's so hard. And I
And
wish,
just learn from it and say, oh, he almost died, so let me live my life fuller. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
To
And it sucks because
Get
I
that.
wish people could look at the world the way that I do now.
Yeah.
It just makes everything better. Like,
Well, I tell you
Stop
all the time,
bitching
bro. I
about that
struggle
little
with
thing.
gratitude. I feel like gratitude is something that it's hard to consciously make an effort to be grateful about the things, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's extremely difficult, especially if you're going through times where you're trying to make things better. Like, I'm someone who's always focused on what's in front of me. So I'm never grateful for what's going on, you know?
well, that's
I'm always like,
something
what's the
that
next thing I gotta
I
tackle?
practice. You have to practice it. Like, I wake up every day, I get in my truck, and I don't forget that I went out and I bought this nice ass truck. I get in that bitch and I'm like, I fucking love my truck. Every day, I
love
fucking
that.
love that truck. I fucking, you know, and I express my gratitude to the people around me. How often do I give you your flowers?
All
Tell
the
you
time.
you're the greatest guy ever.
All
I
the
love
fucking
you.
time. It's
So
incredible.
I tell everyone around me knows that I love them and that I'm grateful to have them. Everything I have in my life. And it just makes things better. It enriches your relationships, and it makes you appreciate the people around you more too, because you remember why you love them.
100%. I agree.
I just think people need to live like that.
They do. And it's like them, I feel like we would have like less depression, and like
and
honestly,
judging
like,
people for being mixed. What the fuck? Why
Yeah,
would I-
we
Who's
have
thinking
bigger
about that
issues.
shit?
People
Go
are
enjoy
showering
the
in
shit you
buckets.
have.
Like, come on, people. There's bigger issues here than my skin color. But I completely agree. Gratitude. And that's really why I've always, since I was like 3 years old, I was like, I just want to like be famous or like sing or act to basically like show people like, you know, just the positive mindset. Like even from a young age, I always was like, I just want people to chase their dreams and get everything that they want out of this life because like you deserve it all. So like go for it. If you literally fail, like just burn it all down and start again. Like, because guess what?
Yes.
You're not dead. You get to wake up tomorrow and do it again. Like,
Right.
it's never the end of the world. So just continue moving on and just take risks and live life because you only get one shot. So
It's a life
true.
experience. Humans have been on Earth for I don't know what. How long has humans been around? 5,000 years? I don't fucking know.
5,000 years.
definitely longer than that because
I
the
know.
dinosaurs were here like
I don't know how long. I'm not even gonna put a real number to it because I'm gonna be way off. But at the end of the day, we're lucky if we get 100 years. So
That
Yeah.
shit goes
that's the
by quick.
experience. You got one shot at it. It can be taken any second, and that's why you make content, start a podcast, do things that outlive you. You know, what was the Japanese saying? The 3 things you should do in your life: write a book, have a kid, and plant a tree. Because there are 3 things that will always outlive you. And
Ooh, I never heard that.
that's a nice one, right? I don't know where I just came up with that. I'm pretty sure it's from some
Yeah,
Japanese.
he just made that
saying.
shit up.
we should
But,
go plant a tree right after this.
Facts. Plant a tree, it outlives you. Write a book, it outlives you, and have a kid, it outlives you. Those are the things
Well,
that
that's the one thing I like about the podcast is that this media can live forever.
forever. I'm so excited in 10 years to look back on what I was talking about and who I was and my thoughts, my ideas, you know?
I always wonder if I'm going to be cringing at the shit
Oh,
I say.
for sure.
100%. I'm sure everyone will.
Yes.
I look back at everything I do, even like a year ago, and I'm like, oh, why did you do that?
That's funny.
But then it put me where I'm at now. So
No, you got to start somewhere.
yeah.
Tony.
When you were young, you said you saw spirits. Were you scared? Can you talk about
I just
that?
tried to subtly drop that.
we
Those aren't
missed
dead
it. He
people.
caught it.
Yeah, no, I mean, younger me, I blocked a lot of it out because it was very traumatic for me. But I used to wake up and be like talking to people, be like, oh, like John's wife, Mary, said to like tell her that he's okay. And my mom would come in my room. And so they actually brought me to a neurologist because they thought I was schizophrenic because it was happening all the time. But then when my grandfather passed away, I remember still clearly the dream that I had of him like suffocating. And he had cancer, like throat cancer and stuff. And then I like woke up and I told my parents, I was like, yeah, like grandpa died last night and he said he's okay. And my parents were like, and then they got the call that grandpa died. And so he,
Shut up. That happened?
So-
Stop.
yeah.
Yo, I believe in that.
Yeah. And I'm
I don't know
still
what it is.
feeling it now.
Yeah.
It came back.
We're going to make the headline of the podcast Beyonka the Savant.
Nobody knows too. I never really talk about it, but I've been lately like feeling spirits and hearing other. I thought everyone heard other people's thoughts in their head, but I guess.
Let me
not.
ask you a question. You ever heard of a man who has that? Who has had that?
Nah, we would write him off as crazy. He'd go
Yeah.
right in the loony bin.
You saw a man, a psychic, medium, didn't you?
I feel like that's women's intention. They have that connection with the world. Like
Yeah.
women create life. So I feel like they're the only ones that could have that kind of actual ability. Because
Yeah.
for me, that's like, it's so foreign. Like, not that it sounds fake, but it's like, I can't even imagine how that would even be to me, you know?
I agree. I also feel like because our emotions are so much like stronger naturally as women, it's easier to feel other people's energy. So like I've always been really big on energy, and like I think that's where it all stems from. Like I used to like feel like weird around certain spaces of my house, and I'd be like, oh, that just feels weird. Like it's an empty space, but I'd be like, that just feels weird. And like it just made me stay away from it because I trust my gut and my intuition. And like as I got older and started seeing stuff and putting things together in my head, and now as an adult and like basically like allowing it to happen and not like closing myself off, I'm like everything that I've felt, energy for like business wise, energy for like friendships, like all of it was like my intuition. And I think either like psychic, medium, whatever you will, but like yeah, now I'm literally hearing dead people.
That's crazy.
What do you mean you're hearing
believe in?
dead people? How the hell do you hear dead people?
Okay, so and you're gonna think I'm crazy, and this is why I don't talk about it with anybody. But like for example, my friend's mom passed away. I never met her mom, right? I met her, and she's like her mom like overdosed or whatever. And so now I'll like hear like I literally was like, oh, like her mom was like literally screaming in my ear. Like that's just the best way to put it. Like her mom was like, I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean for this to happen. It wasn't supposed to be like this. While Lily was telling me the story of her mom passing. So I just ignored it.
Freaking out and telling your friend?
No, I'm sitting there like sweating because I'm also, while this is all happening to me, my chest is getting heavy. I can't breathe. And I guess like this happens with mediums because you'll feel the feelings of the person on the other end. So like since she was overdosing, like her chest was like, her lungs were filling up. So I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. Like my chest was caving in. I started getting dizzy and delirious. And I was just like sitting at the table like, Because you're gonna
Did you tell your friend?
I eventually told her. Yeah, I told her. I was like, because then her mom, or I didn't even know it was her mom, but I'm in my bathroom washing my face. I look up and there's a black figure behind me, like sitting like this at my door. And I haven't seen that since I was very young, like 4, 5, 6, right?
Does that scare the shit out of you?
Yes, 100%. So then I prayed and prayed and prayed. And I was like, Jesus, please don't let me see this anymore. Please don't let me see this anymore. And then I still was hearing her mom, like, just, I didn't mean for this to happen over and over again for like the next 3 days. So then I just told her, I was like, listen, I think your mom's trying to talk to you. This happened to me when I was very young. And she was like, and started crying. And she said she like used to like meditate and like feel like she could feel her mom's presence and stuff. And she said her mom used to stand in the doorway like this all the time while she was getting ready.
Shut up.
But crazier things have happened too. My ex-boyfriend, I saw his grandfather who passed away in a dream holding hands with a little girl. I told him about it and he was like, I was like, do you have a sister who's like passed away? Like, I don't know. It was just weird. And I was like, you look like Mariana, like his sister. And he was like, told his mom about it. His mom started crying. She's like, I had a miscarriage right before Mariana. And so it makes sense. Damn. So certain things like that. But now I'm seeing it more because I'm like, I just like have been
you
like.
You ever thought of pursuing a career in that?
No.
Not your vibe.
Because I think I'm crazy. Like, I thought everyone hears other people. Like, I hear other thoughts sometimes, and I'll have like a conversation.
Are you hearing anyone right now?
No,
are you
I'm not
a
hearing
superhero
anyone right now? No, and that's what I'm saying. I sound crazy, but it's so true. And now I'll like see in like a weird image. Like I'll see like a number, or I'll see like a facial, or I'll see like a memory almost. And it's not I'm not sleeping. I'm awake, and it's not my memory. And I thought everyone experiences that. And then my sister was like, no, they don't.
That's crazy.
Any other sisters have that, or it's just you?
My little sister used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming, saying that like this red figure was trying to get her for like several months.
Have you ever had any of that shit happen to you?
No, but there are definitely bad spirits and good spirits.
For sure.
My bathroom in my basement is definitely a portal to whatever world.
What?
Holy fuck! Drops the bomb.
No, here in Poughkeepsie at my house. Yeah, no, literally, my older sister has seen my dead grandmother, and you know Mark Milano who passed away. Mm-hmm. So she was our cheerleader. She saw him like the night he passed, and she doesn't talk to spirits, but she ran upstairs and slept in my parents' room because she was so afraid. Then my sister Mariah, the one that's a witch, she saw my grandfather, and she turned the lights on, and he was still standing there.
Oh my God.
And she just went to bed because she's
Bro,
crazy.
I would freak the fuck out. Listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'd be terrified if I heard a ghost.
Yeah.
Or if I saw a ghost.
Me too.
I'd shit my pants.
It's like weird. You just have to like, I don't know. You can't escape it. And so I literally just pray. It's the only thing I know how to do. I'm like, I don't know, because nothing's going to save me. So I got to pray to someone higher.
All right, totally out there question.
Yeah.
But it relates to this. What do you think happens when we die?
I think I believe in like a afterlife, whether that's heaven or I don't know. I kind of feel like we have past lives, but at the same time, since I hear spirits and see things, I'm like, we're somewhere, obviously. But something I do think is that there is like a purgatory of some sort, or like you stay on the earth for a little bit while you figure out whatever you got to figure out before you like become. Because certain people, I'll feel their energy stronger than like my grandfather passed away like 18 years ago. I don't really feel him anymore. I'll hear I'll hear his laugh in my head, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm crazy. But like her mom just passed like 2 years ago, and like so I'm like I know her mom's like here. It's strong. I can see her. The figures on the. I think the people who are showing their image like in front of me are like haven't accepted it, and it's really sad. And certain people, I'll feel like the energy is like so like sad. Like I'll feel like disparity like very early on, like when people just pass right away, I'll feel like the like confusion and the sadness, and I'll be like depressed for like a whole day, and I'm like, what is going on? So they must be in like a purgatory, and then I think there's an afterlife where you like eventually go.
I like that. It's a good little analogy, because I've always thought, or not analogy, but way to put it, I've always thought that there's reincarnation. You don't go anywhere.
We definitely live past lives, so I don't know how that works into it, but something happens. Something happens. Because I feel like I have a lot of like I have a lot of like retrospective or like, I guess like, yeah, like wisdom. I feel like I've lived other lives or deja vu all the time. I'm like, I feel like I've been here.
I feel that.
I'm reading a book right now called The Law of One, and it's about apparently extraterrestrial life that came down to Earth 1,000 years ago or some odd number like that. But anyway, it's called the Ra, and they're in Egyptian, it's the god of sun. But they talk about how we're all from this ball of intelligence. Like we all came from this one energy sphere. And then in the beginning, we were all very, very similar, like the same thing. And every time we die, we reincarnate and we get farther and farther apart from that main person thing, intelligence. And every time you die, you get incarnated and you get more or less like everyone, but you just continue with those journeys and those paths and those, like, why do we have innate things that we're born with? You know, like, why do we have these innate emotions and feelings that you can't explain, but you just have that, you know? Yeah. And it can't be from your parents, because there's people that are musicians and then their kids are painters or something, you know, and it's totally different things, but they have that innate, like, oh, I felt like I was born to do this.
Yeah, that's something I've always felt like I was born to do this, like a calling, like and like an urge. So I feel like that's also very spot on, but I don't know. We go somewhere,
facts.
Or we do something, or we reincarnate.
I just think we're all way more connected than we think.
100%.
Facts. Big flapjack facts.
Almost like a hive mind type deal that we don't know about and we can't tap into. Because like we all think we're so different. You see people on the street and you're like, who the fuck is that person? What are they about? You talk to them for 5 minutes and you realize we're the same. We're all the fucking
all the same.
Always.
That's why I think that like that backwards ass racism shit and people being so divided is just so stupid. It's so dumb.
And we always feel so good in tribes. That's what we've come from. We're all like, you have the community feeling. That's what we're social creatures. Yeah. We're supposed to be around others, you know? And I'll tee you up. Would you like to ask your famous question?
Yeah. At the end of the day, what is your message to everybody out there? What do you like to portray to people? Although I feel like you kind of answered it.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm going to say what I said before. Like, it's not a dress rehearsal. Live life to the fullest. Don't be afraid to take risks, because at the end of the day, it's not going to kill you. So if it fails, like I said, burn it all down, start again. But you only get one shot. So make it everything you've ever wished for, and don't ever doubt yourself. Trust yourself and go for it, because what do you have to lose? We're all dying. So
Beyonka Smalls, baby, but she's living large.
Big facts.
Got a big personality to back it up. 4'11".
I didn't even notice you were short, because your shits are taller.
You said that in the beginning.
Look at this. Her shoe's taller than my shit is long.
Your entire foot.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm not even 5 foot, but that's why I'm smalls.
All right. Fantastic podcast.
How long is that?
Great therapy
I feel like we were
session.
just getting into that. I was ready to kick back and chill. I was having fun.
You say that every podcast. You know that?
Tony started sleeping.
I just like talking to people.
I felt it. Yeah. See?
He started going night night.